Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashani Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect and all the brothers pushing this work in sincerity and in truth. This is Brother Thamaya from GMS Toronto coming at you with another video. So, I just saw a video of Donald Trump trying to expose a black South African in some kind of he was pretty much talking about genocide of the so-called white South Africans, which there's no such thing, right? They migrated there from I think England and places like New Zealand. You know what? I could be wrong, but I know they're from England, right? But he's trying to expose that guy right to the president, saying you have this going on in your country and you're not doing anything about it. Lo and behold, when he draw back the curtains, right? This is Esau Edom is MO. You draw back the curtains to 1952, 1955, from 1952 to 1991, 92, right? These black South Africans, I'm gonna say it so that you can understand, right? I think majority of them are Hamites, right? I'm sure some of our people are in there somewhere, but the treatment that these people endured by the hands of these white South Africans, right? Donald Trump is not talking about history and how these people's land were taken from them, their suburbs were taken from them, their houses were taken from them, they were kicked, punched, hung, burnt, right? By these same South Africans that that this well, I wouldn't call him a dictator because that's Esau's way of putting names on people, right, or titles for you to hate them. But he's the original dictator, right? Every American president is a dictator. Anyways, back to this article, right? Donald Trump is not talking about what happened in South Africa in the 50s. He's not talking about there's another country in Africa that went through the same thing, right? They changed the name back, so I can't really remember the name that that country had, right? Before they switch it back. Rhodesia, right? Rhodesia went through the same thing, right? I can't remember the name of the country. Rhodesia was they took away Rhodesia and they gave it another name, right? I can't remember the name. Anyways, man, Donald Trump is a hypocrite. Every American president is a hypocrite, right? They don't like the same things that they've done to people done unto them, right? But the Lord talk about preparing slaughter for their children, right? For the iniquities of their fathers, and I'm gonna get that scripture soon. But let me read this article. It says here the town destroyed to make way for a white only suburbs. Right on the 9th of February 1955, apartheid South Africa forcibly evicted residents from Sophiatown, a multiracial suburbs in Johannesburg. Right, 65,000 people were removed, and Sophiatown was demolished, turned into a whites-only neighborhood called Triumph. Says here Elizabeth Nobetane was a child at the time and shares her memories of the night soldiers arrived to move her family to a segregated new township called Meadowlands, right? 13 miles outside of Johannesburg, right? And this is just one suburb, right? So when you see South African farmers going through hell and they can't, like the so-called blacks are whooping their asses, and this is just what you've done. It's coming home to reap, man, right? The chickens are coming home to roost, right? Is that the term in the world, right? So when you see Donald Trump talking trash, he's not going into the history of what these of these white South Africans and what they did to these Hamites, right? He just thinking about now, oh, you how dare you do this to whites? This is racist, right? Meanwhile, the same people did this to these same people 65 years ago, right? Or 60 years ago, right? It's under 70 years though. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't too long ago. Now they're catching hell. You have Donald Trump telling them they can come to America, but guess what? They can bring them to America because that's all judgment, right? The Lord, you know what? Let me get the scripture before I start talking about the scriptures and not bring them out. Right? Let me get prepare slaughter for his children. Isaiah 14. Prepare slaughter for his children. Because they seem to forget that the Lord required that which is past. I'm gonna get that too. Right? This is Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land. And this is what's going on in South Africa, right? The children, the children of the racist South Africans. That's who these people are, right? And now they're catching hell. Now they're catching hell, and Donald Trump is pissed, right? Because in his mind, the whites are supposed to be in power at all times, right? Whatever country they are, they're not supposed to be minorities. But now that they're minority, he's trying to like put them on. But you know, that ship has sailed, right? That ship has sailed. This is not their grandfathers who's bowing down to you, right? Or yeah, I'll say grandfathers and grandmothers who's bowing down to. This is the new generation of South Africans, man, right? In every generation, there's always a generation who doesn't give a damn about you and your rulership, right? Just like in the scriptures when it talks about a new generation that rose up in Israel, right? And they started making covenants with the enemies. It's the same thing, right? They heard about the stories in South Africa, right? They live it every day, and there's a generation who's not gonna give a damn, right? There's a generation who's not gonna give a fuck about going to jail for 20-something years, right? Right? There's a generation who's not gonna be afraid to put an Edomite to death, right? Due to the fact that he trespasses them. This is not the 60s, man. Where you can't even look at them in the eyes, right? Everything is separated, which is it's their country, but you're telling them they can't go certain areas, right? It says here that they do not possess the land, so like that they do not rise nor possess the land, fill the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off Babylon, the name and the remnant, the son, cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord, right? And Esau being cut off on all sides, man. All the nations, right? The Lord required that which is past. Ecclesiastes. Yep. Donald Trump and those guys, they try to like just skip over history and act like the way they got America isn't the same way that Israel. These Edomites got Israel, and these Edomites got South Africa, and these Edomites got Rhodesia, right? It's the same way. You know what I'm saying? Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which has been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and Yahweh required that which is past, right? So everything that's that Esau, Edom have done to these other nations, right? The Lord is putting the spirit on these nations to put a whip on them, man. Right? And that's just the beginning. This is just the beginning of Esau, Edom losing power. He's losing power. He's losing steam. Right? His right arm is being twisted up. It's not being broken yet. Right? It's being twisted up. It's in a knot. Right? All these places like New Zealand, right? Esau, Edom, they took the people out from there, right? The natives, and now they're in power. Now you have guys saying, you have these Edomites saying, these blacks are not the first to inhabit in South Africa. I'm like, so who did you take the land from then? If they weren't the first ones there, who did you take the land from? You didn't take it from the Aborigines. The Aborigines of South Africa are so-called black people. All right. Every time I'm doing a video, man, people always call. Anyways, um, sacrifice in Basra. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Fatness of lambs. Fatness of lambs and rams. Isaiah 34. Yep. Because you can bring all these people over. Yeah, this is a scripture I was looking for. You can bring these Edomites over from South Africa. You can bring them over from New Zealand, wherever you want to bring them from. Bring them to America. You're bringing them for one thing and one thing only, right? That just means that these Edomites that you're bringing over to America, these are some of the most terrible Edomites, right? Because they're back in Babylon the Great for the sacrifice, man. Isaiah 34:6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. All right, and we all know Idumea is wherever these Edomites are, but we're talking about the main hub, which is America, man. Right? America is that place where it's going to be that great sacrifice. So all you people that are fighting to come over here, if you think this is a safe haven, if you think South Africa is hot, wait until America starts picking up, man. Wait until the heat in America starts picking up. You'll see what the deal is, man. So all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect and all the brothers pushing this work in sincerity and truth. This is Brother Tamayan from GMS Toronto, coming at you with another video. I might make part 2 to this, talking about the tongue of Esau Edom, man. Because this situation goes deep. Shalom.